Hi everyone, so today we're going to talk about my top 3 tips for mobility for tight or painful hamstrings that don't actually directly involve the hamstrings. So you heard me right, we're actually going to target the hamstrings by targeting other parts of the body. You've probably heard this before, but everything in the body really is connected, and a lot of times people will have hamstring pain and tight hips, or hamstring pain and a tight low back, or hamstring pain and glute issues. So what we're going to do today is go over my top 3 stretches or exercises for hamstring mobility without directly involving the hamstrings. So we're going to start with a mobility exercise for the low back. And the low back mobility exercise is pretty easy. You probably should do it while I'm talking, so you'll know by the end of the exercise if it actually helps you. You're going to want to get on your hands and knees like this, and it's pretty simple. You want to keep your elbows locked so you don't get a mad triceps workout while you're doing this. Just keep the arms nice and straight, hands slightly in front of your shoulders, and you're just going to drop your pelvis down to the floor, kind of hang out here for about 2 seconds, and then come back up. So down here, and then you're going to come back up. And you're going to want to do 2 to 3 sets of 20. More is better because it's going to take a lot of time to kind of let the low back stiffness dissipate and to actually feel any relief in your hamstrings. But a lot of times if people do enough of these, they will actually feel significantly less stiff in their hamstrings right after doing this. And so that's for somebody who may have low back stiffness with hamstring stiffness or pain. Also, if you don't have back stiffness, you should just still give it a try anyways. A lot of times we spend most of our time sitting these days or in cars, and so a lot of times that brings you into a very rounded position through the back, and that exercise brings you into an anti-rounded position. So it's honestly not a bad thing to do every now and again for people anyways. So give that a try and see if it'll reduce your hamstring stiffness. And if it doesn't, don't worry. We've got 2 more exercises or stretches on board. So this next one is for people who think they might have dysfunctioning glutes. And this might be the person who has glute pain and hamstring pain, or the person that has tight hip flexors in the front here and also stiff hamstrings. What's right in between the hip flexors and the hamstrings? It's the glutes. And oftentimes you'll have tight hips or hamstrings because the powerhouse in the back, your glutes, isn't really doing the job to drive you forward when you're running or lifting or biking or whatever it is you may be doing. So we're going to go ahead and get on your side, knees and hips at 90 degrees, so this nice right angle here. Pretend that there's a little cactus under you that you want to get away from, so pick your belly up actively away from the ground. And the easy part of this exercise we're going to do first. We're going to do one basic one first, and then we'll get into the more advanced one. So you're going to go ahead and roll forward so that your bottom side knee is kind of driving into the ground and that your torso is at a diagonal to the floor, like so. And you're going to press your bottom knee into the ground really hard, like there's a $100 bill under your knee that you don't want to fly away in the wind. So squish your knee onto the ground. You can even put your fingers under your knee to kind of see if you're doing it. And then you're going to use that knee pressure to bring your hips off the ground. Hold at the top for a couple seconds, then slowly lower down to the ground. Quick tap and back up. Good. So that's the basic part of the exercise. Now we're going to make it a little harder. And the full exercise that we're going to do right now is the accordion. So you're going to roll forward, press here, and then lift. Keep pressing this bottom knee into the ground really hard and allow that force to drive your knees open and kind of bring your hands apart like you're in a hands up position. And then again, slowly go back down to the ground, tap, and come back up. You're going to want to try at least 3 sets of 6 to 8 of those on each side if they feel too easy for you in the beginning, or like most people, honestly just trying 1 to 2 sets of 5 on each side will greatly reduce the hamstring stiffness or pain by getting the glutes to work a little harder. Finally, the last exercise is just going to be a nice, easy stretch. You're going to want to get a towel or a pillow or a jacket or something that you can put under your hips, and you're just going to go ahead and grab that. Whichever hamstring is the troublesome hamstring for you, the problem side is going to go up. So you're going to go ahead and lay on your side with this directly under your hips, and you're going to make your body into a rainbow. So go ahead and lay here, hips at 90 degrees, and you're just going to go reach overhead and let your hips be the top of the rainbow. And then you're going to hold this position for about 2 to 3 minutes because you need enough time to kind of loosen up. And once you're down and done with this position, get up and go ahead and see if your hamstrings feel better. If you have any questions about this, or if you have any exercises that worked for you or didn't work for you, or you're wondering why your hamstrings and back are tight at the same time, go ahead and leave me a comment or question below. Reach out to me. My info is in the description below. Or go ahead and subscribe for more videos on this. We're actually going to do another video targeting hamstring-specific stuff and not other things that could cause hamstring issues. So stay tuned for that one. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, we have a free gift in the card above for you and in the description below. It's an audio recording about all things hamstring pain. So go ahead and click on that, and we'll talk to you soon. Keep running and stay safe.